You will not get $1 from this project if you are involved in a criminal gang or a criminal operation. In Raintree, after we broke ground, some very bold criminals went onto the site and believed that I was not serious when I was speaking. There is no smile on my face now. Don't try it here. Those criminals who went onto the site at Raintree were properly met. And if you try it here, you will be worse properly met.
Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. The voice that you just heard is of your Prime Minister Andrew Holness, sounding like a judge that nah laugh, no plaything. And this was based on a groundbreaking at the Cayman Special Economic Zone, a project for a couple of billions of dollars in a St. Catherine. Now, people, you heard what your Prime Minister said. He is sending out a very strong, precise warning to these criminals. You won't get $1. No money of the public purse will be trickled down to any sorts of criminal organization, OC extortionists. And he warned them, listen, you tried this before at Raintree and you were properly met. On this project, if you decide and want to try this, once again, you're going to be more properly met with the full force of the law, meaning that them are going to riddle your body, and that is no sorts of joke. Now, people, if you realize the government of Jamaica, the JCF, under Mr. Blake, the Commissioner of Police, they've been getting rid of all the DONS, specifically in a Spanish town, St. Catherine, because they knew that they had a couple of multi-billion-dollar projects that they are implementing, including a hospital. And they know the MO of these criminal elements, so therefore he is making them know beforehand. If you did not get the memo, if you did not see the message in the bottle at Raintree, well, the bullets are going to rain down on you once again. So even if you contact Babsy Grange and he did not say that, and I talk about, Mama, me hear say some big project are run, how it a go? Her hands is going to be tied behind her, so therefore you will be getting nothing diddly squad except a one-way ticket to the resurrection. Point blank and period.
The Jamaica Constabulary Force is aware of a viral video circulating on social media depicting a police engaging in unprofessional conduct. We take these allegations seriously and are conducting a thorough investigation. The officer's action does not in any way reflect the values of our department. We will take appropriate disciplinary action based on the outcome of our investigation. We appreciate the public's feedback and will continue to build trust and transparency. We are committed to accountability and professionalism at all times. We will provide updates on the investigation's progress.
So the next thing that is popping in the news based on the audio that you just heard from an interview that was done by Assistant Commissioner of Police Michael Phipps, responding on an incident that took place at 33rd Lane, that is in Waltham Park, where the owner of a disco, owner of a sound system, full force sound to be specific, a police officer video playing as I speak, came in to the venue and pretty much, I guess, they were playing the music and they were told to turn off the sound system and they did not comply. And then the police decided he was going to come back and use full force. So we see that the Assistant Commissioner of Police, Michael Phipps, he has responded, he is doing damage control. And he said that he heard the cries of the people, he heard the cries of the sound system owner, and he heard the cries of the whole of Jamaica based on how blatant abuse was played, overuse of power by this officer in this case. So he's saying that the officer is presently off frontline and he is going to get some sorts of assistance, meaning that therapy. So people, just in case you did not hear, I want you to take a listen, take a look to what the owner of that set had to say, the owner of that sound system had to say, full force sound system, and then I'll give my piece.
You have a set of police that come there, but say them to turn on the sound and keep it on a level, but you have a different set of police to come when we hear to come at the event. Them just start do what them want to do. Them not ask a question. When we go into the sound, them want them turn over the column, them want them pick over the control. Which we have say the police them we pay a protect and serve the people them. We never expect this from them. Yeah, expect them supposed to take up their sound system and start that station and charge you. We so upset to know some spend so much money from the sound and this really takes place. So I make a report and tell them all of the damage for them cause to the sound because they do so much damage on the sound where maybe we can't get estimate how much, but a whole heap of damage I tell you. To tell you honestly, I need to stuff them back because I that give me my bread and that make me have to go on the road and do my work. All right, don't can't go on the road to this now. Because I think they mash up. Me have people parties up a play, and I can't go play. What me I go do?
Now, people, I don't know the circumstance, the before story as to why that officer felt as if his only course of action was going to go to the venue, kick over everything, the monitor, the system, the laptop, any and everything. He had no other sorts of course of action. Don't know if he told the man to turn on the sound system and the man turned it on back and he was kind of tired of coming back and forth. That could be a possible. However, the fact is that under the protocol of the JSF, if the people don't comply, the option is to seize the sound system. But I guess this man within his demented mind thought to himself, well, if me destroy the sound system, then that will solve the problem. However, you do not have that power or authority to make such a decision. So people, you hear what the sound system man have to say. He is losing his daily bread. That is how he makes a honest living. That is how he feeds his kids. That is how he pays his bill. No person upon Master God earth have that authority to stop somebody from making an honest living, even if that person violates. Let the punishment fit the crime that was extra abuse of the police of power. And the worst thing, it is destruction of people's property, public or personal property, which is also breaking the law. But we have come to the realization that when it comes to members of the JCF and ABUSC, which I've been speaking about for a very, very long time, it seems as if because they are not held accountable, they are not held responsible. Members of the JCF hierarchy does not do a lot of things about a lot of stuff that we see on social media. And even though some of the stuff that we see on videos might be up to interpretation or misleading, because people video the part and edit the part to show their agenda. So it makes the police seems as if they are always wrong when the truth and the fact is that they are not wrong. But the truth and the fact also, two wrongs does not make a right. So even if this man decided that he was not going to comply with the police and him turn on back the system after he was told not to turn it on, when the police came, he just made a bad situation even worse. And that is why he is now off frontline duty, and that is why he is going to get therapy. But in my opinion, based on what I saw, this man should not be in the force. So even with therapy, unless he changes his mindset, changes attitude, all of this aggression and testosterone, more than likely he is going to come back after a few days or a week, and then he is going to do the same thing because a lot of time, a lot of these police are very vindictive. So don't be surprised if the victim in this, the sound system owner whose machine or equipment was damaged, becomes even more victimized because this police, like a lot of police, will come back and want revenge or want reprisal based on the fact that they were exposed. Point blank and period.
Alright, to the copy say a vehicle and people in a car around here. We know which part this copy say is a white Axia. Yeah man, and nobody no come out of it. No man, like it up on the face, that like it back. God. Nobody no come out, you know. Nobody no come out, style. John.
So the next thing that is popping in the news based on the pictures that are on the screen as I speak, it is said that between last night and early this morning, a van went over the side, plunging in the water by a flat bridge. Not directly on the bridge, maybe about a couple of chains meters or so from the bridge. Based on the information, it is said that the divers went down there, the man was in the vehicle windows were rolled up, and it seems as if that man lost his life. The videos that you saw is when the tow truck was trying to took the vehicle out of the water, cross the bridge and pan the ground, flat pan the top. Based on the information, like I said, at least one individual is still in that van. That individual is gone. As soon as I get some more pertinent information, I'll be sure to divulge. One thing that I know, when it comes to Flatbridge, don't know if the place cursed, don't know if I dub it, don't know if a mermaid or merman over there, but it seems as if people find themselves in the water, on the wrong side, plunge into the river. Don't know if he's speeding, don't know if somebody bad riding, don't know if he lost control, drunk, whatever the case is. As soon as I get some more pertinent information, I'll be sure to divulge ASAP, point blank and period.
A 13-year-old female is battling for life after she was attacked by a man who attempted to rape her in the community of Whitehall, Negril, Westmoreland. Now, the incident happened this afternoon. According to our sources, the man tried forcing the teen into a house, and she refused and then began inflicting wounds all over her body. Now, TVJ News understands that she was rushed to the hospital by the police. We'll have more details in subsequent newscasts.
So the next thing that is popping in the news, based on the audio that you just heard in our Westmoreland, 13-year-old. How often do we see this? 13-year-old pitney, young pitney. No sorts of parents around. It seems as if these parents, and I don't want to blame the mother when she's down, very bad time, traumatic time throughout her life. However, it seems as if a lot of these parents, they are too loose with their children. Them just make the pitney them roam around without watching them, without that mother-hen syndrome. And people understand that we live in a civilized society and the kids supposed to be able to play around. But we've realized that times and things have changed drastically for the worse. So therefore, if you live in an environment which Jamaica is, which is hostile and very violent, then you should acclimatize yourself accordingly. However, when you hear people like this, I try push one little pitney in our room, I try have him wear with the little pitney, and when it didn't work out, him realize, Jesus, me have to go take her away, come in, I want her talk. So this tells me that it is more than likely somebody that she knew, somebody that is probably a friend or acquaintance of the family. So him realize this not work out, me not get to my want, so me I go take her away, take it to the furthest extent. It is a good thing that this girl survived. Don't know the circumstances of which she was found, don't know the condition that she's in, because we can't get up tomorrow, God forbid, and we hear say she gone. Hopefully, we get the information, or hopefully, family member got the information, she had the sense of mind and was in health enough to talk and say, who do it, when name, so therefore, justice can be done swiftly. If it's either by the hook or the crook, whether at the system or whether at the people in the community. Codename Tarzan, Jane, and the Little Monkey Justice. As soon as I get some more pertinent information, I'll be sure to divulge ASAP, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, there's a saying, everything that goes on in a foreign, a Jamaican get the blame. Well, people, in this case, John Luke Evans, a Jamaican, that went to Maine. Maine is in upper north United States, near Boston, them sorts of area there. It is said that he joined the police force as a reserve, and while he was serving in the police force, he decided that he wants to buy a gun for his duty as a legal police officer, or so he thought, or so they thought. It was then when they did a background check, the FBI came to the realization, contact ICE, because say everything synchronized in America right now. And say, but hold on a minute. This man is not even supposed to be here. this man overstayed his visa that expired maybe about 2023. 23, don't quote me on that. However, based on what the Old Orchard Beach Police Commissioner Chief is saying, but hold on a minute, we sent in the paperwork and he was cleared by immigration, he was cleared by everybody, saying that him not have no bad background, no criminal record, he is mentally stable and his legal status is okay. And based on what the chief of Old Orchard Beach Police is saying, as a matter of fact, it is said that this man had legal status to be in the United States and could work up until 2030. That is 5 years or so from now. Now, people, like me say, this man went up on a visa. Don't know if he had a visa to do temporary work. Don't know what that work is limited to. However, what I do know or assume is that you can't be a police officer unless you're a legal resident or even better, a citizen. So, me don't know how this man pulled that off. However, it seems as if he pushed it too far. When he decides that he want to get a gun, I guess he realized, wait a minute, me turn police, and he's not even a U.S. resident or U.S. citizen, then make me try for the tool. Next thing was, he was probably going to vote for Trump. People, me don't really know, don't know the circumstance like I said. The Old Orchard Beach Police Station say they got clearance from ICE, clearance from the FBI, relevant authority, so therefore they are surprised how persons are bashing them and said that they did not do their due diligence, they did not do their vetting process properly, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, when you was growing up as a youth, your mother, father, granny, parents used to tell you, don't red eye people for them thing, work hard for your own. Well, people, it seems as if 33-year-old Reva Powell, known as Shorty from Manchester, did not take heed to the warning. Shorty have a criminal vibes about her. Based on the information, it is said that on or about June of 2025, Shorty went to a friend's house and Shorty had a function to go. Shorty did not have a vehicle. Shorty wanted to profile. So Shorty decided that she was going to borrow the vehicle from this lady. The lady obliged, gave it to her. After the day when the vehicle was supposed to be returned, Shorty called her. They had a conversation. The lady made Shorty use the vehicle for an extra week, which she kind of requested. After the extra week, the lady make phone call, Shorty not answer. She finally gets Shorty, tell Shorty to bring back the vehicle. The vehicle was not returned. Soon after, she realized, hold on a minute, something right. Shorty no want to bring back my vehicle. Shorty had broken into that lady's house, stole the documentation for the paperwork, and then transferred that vehicle into her name, meaning Shorty's name, Reva Powell. It is said that the lady, the owner, rightful owner of the vehicle, went to the police station, made an official report, and then the police did an investigation, pull up on Shorty, take in Shorty. Shorty had a Q&A, question and answer, in the company of her lawyer. They must say then, hold on a minute, how you transfer, how you broke in a people's vehicle. She was officially charged for larceny using trickery and simple larceny. Now, people, here's the thing. When I hear stuff like this, a couple of things come to mind. How is it that you thieve the people in vehicle and you get it transferred in your name? That means that you forge the lady's document. That means that you probably have somebody in the tax office that is willing to put their life on the line, their career on the line, their job on the line for a few bucks. That is always a big option. So anyway, she was arrested, taken into custody. The police required the documentation, meaning the paperwork that was transferred, and even most importantly, the vehicle up to this day. Shorty to bring back the people and vehicle. Now, people, when I listened to this, I said to myself, then hold on a minute. That lady lent Shorty the vehicle. Shorty then went back to the house, broke into the lady house, knew exactly where the documentation is. People, it sounds as if Shorty and this lady was in a something, whether it's friendship, but this sounds like a crime of passion. It sounds like there is more than meets the eye, just in my humble opinion. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called You Can't Trust Your Politician, the Police, or the Preacher. You can't trust your supervisor, you can't trust your bank manager. You can't trust your mama or your papa, you can't trust no shadow after dark. Because when it comes to money, when it comes to corruption, when it comes to greed, it seems as if everybody is there for the taking. Such is the case of two female. I am speaking specifically about 28-year-old Zasha McLeod from St. Catherine. And this is based on the police reports on or about May 19th to June 11th of 2025. Mrs. McLeod and an next female individual decided that they were going to rob the place in which they work. Seems as if at some sorts of cooking gas or some sorts of gas station. It was not said. Based on the information, it is said that between those dates, 20 days or so, Mrs. McLeod and her co-conspirator, they sold gas. They gave the receipts. Mrs. McLeod signed off on it in the total of about $1.3 million. Those funds were supposed to be deposited in the company's account. It was not. When them drop on Mrs. McLeod and ask her, of course, when you thief, what are you going to do? Deny, deny, deny. It is said that when them try to contact her co-conspirator, that lady took away herself because it seems as if guilt made her run. Mrs. McLeod hired the services of a lawyer and she went to the police station and they had a question and answer, and it seems as if the answers that she gave, based on the fact that she was denying the whole thing, they decided, say something, Mrs. McLeod, you are a flipping thief. We are going to charge you officially. Now, people, when we hear of theft by employees robbing their employer, robbing their business establishment, we should not be surprised based on everything, and I am not saying that it is justified, but just as I said, more than likely it is only going to get worse. And this is based on the fact that everybody is trying to keep up with the Joneses. Everybody wants to follow the hype. Everybody wants to belong, but everybody is not getting properly compensated at their job. So them decide, say, we are going to make up for that by thieving, we are going to scam, we are going to sham, we are going to take what is not ours. If you look at all of the robberies in the bank, not talking about with any sorts of tall-up or any 9 or 4/5, I am speaking about inside robbery that is done by persons who have the password to person's account and them just swindle or defraud the people on account. And we see them get the services of a big lawyer, and we see in most cases them get a little slap on the wrist, and that is about it. So therefore, when them analyze and assess the risk reward, them I say to themselves, then hold on a minute, all me have to do thief some money and then get a big lawyer, get a lawyer part of the proceeds of crime, and everything more than likely is going to be a-okay. So based on all these pretty vehicles, based on all these development, apartment, condo complexes that we see are being built with persons that are paid minimum or wages that are way below the lifestyle that can afford these people this. However, them find themselves in it, whether it is through contribution from a sugar daddy or some sorts of cougar. We know most of the case it is because of robbery, meaning taking what is not theirs to pay. So therefore, T from John for pay Paul. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.